New Year's Eve in Ukraine is not New Year's Eve as the West knows it. This night is called Shchedryi Vechir, also known as Malanka, and it is one of the most joyful, chaotic, and unapologetically alive nights of the year, just not in the ways that you might expect. First, an important distinction. Shchedryi Vechir and Malanka are connected, but they are not the same thing. Shchedryi Vechir, which literally means generous evening, is the holiday itself. It is about abundance, renewal, prosperity, and blessing the year ahead. This is when people feast, sing Щедрий Vechir, and symbolically invite good fortune into the home. Malanka, on the other hand, is how that night is celebrated. It is loud, it is playful, it is wildly symbolic, and it tells you a lot about who Ukrainians are. So think of it like this. Shchedryi Vechir is the occasion, and Malanka is the party. Traditionally, this celebration falls on the eve of Old New Year, based on the calendar Ukraine historically followed. Now you might be wondering, is that December 31st or January 13th? Here's where it gets layered. In 2022, following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, Ukraine officially moved most religious holidays to the revised Julian calendar, the same calendar used by much of the Western world, including Eastern Europe and the Americas. This shift was intentional. It was about cutting lingering ties to Russia and clearly asserted Ukrainian identity. Ukrainians wanted the world to know that they are their own people, their own country, and they will live by their own rules. As a result, Christmas moved from January 7th to December 25th, and the surrounding holidays shifted with it. Under the new calendar, Shchedryi Vechir now lands on December 31st, with Malanka celebrated on what the West calls New Year's Eve. But culture doesn't always move as fast as calendars. Many people still celebrate Malanka on January 13th. Especially in Western Ukraine, in villages, among families tied to old calendar traditions, in the diaspora, and in folk or ethnographic settings. And in some places, Ukrainians love a party so much that both dates are marked. December 31st becomes the new calendar Malanka, and January 13th remains the traditional Shchedryi Vechir. And here's the key point. Malanka is more cultural than religious. It always has been. That's why it's flexible, communal, and deeply local. So if someone says Malanka is on December 31st, they're right. And if someone says Malanka is on January 13th, they're also right. It depends on region, family, calendar, and intention. One thing you need to know about Ukraine and Ukrainians is that they hold complexity beautifully. So what actually happens on this night? At the center of it all is Malanka, a folk character usually played by a man dressed in exaggerated woman's clothing. Around her are other characters, like Vasil, animals like goats and bears, devils, soldiers, tricksters, villagers, and over-the-top versions of authority figures. Everything is intentionally exaggerated. This is a night of role reversal. The serious becomes ridiculous. Power is mocked. Rules bend. Satire, teasing, cross-dressing, and mischief are expected. And the chaos has a purpose. It clears out the old year, releases tension, and resets the social order through laughter. Groups go from house to house performing, joking, singing, and blessing each home. These blessings come through Щедрий Vechir, New Year's songs wishing prosperity, healthy children, good harvests, and abundance. These songs are older than Christianity. They come from ancient agrarian traditions where survival depended on land, seasons, and community. One of these Щедрий Vechir is known worldwide, Shchedryk. Most people know Shchedryk as the Christmas carol, Carol of the Bells, but the original song has nothing to do with bells or Christmas. It's a New Year's song that tells the story of a swallow flying into a home to announce wealth and good fortune for the coming year. A Ukrainian New Year blessing that quietly became a global sensation. On this evening, food also plays a large role. The table is full, the dishes are rich, the mood is light. Unlike the solemn tone of Christmas Eve, this night is bold and playful. The message is simple. You invite abundance by celebrating it. But Malanka is more than costumes and songs. It's a survival mechanism. For centuries, Ukrainians lived through occupation, famine, repression, and repeated attempts to erase their culture. And yet, traditions like this survived because laughter became resistance. Malanka says, "You can take a lot from us, but you don't get to take our joy." Humor becomes protection, satire becomes truth, celebration becomes defiance. That's why Malanka still matters, even now, especially now. During the war, people still gather, dress up, sing, and laugh. In villages, in cities, in the diaspora, because these rituals remind people of who they are and where they come from. Malanka isn't nostalgia, it's continuity. A reminder that life continues, that renewal is possible, that joy is not a luxury, it's a necessity. So when you see Ukrainians celebrating loudly, wearing ridiculous costumes and singing songs older than empires, know this. That's Shchedryi Vechir. That's Malanka. That's Ukraine unfiltered. Щедрого вечора всім!